Hello, my fellow gamers, and welcome back to the Shadow Legendary Total War Tournament. Yes, I've actually started this one a couple of hours earlier than I normally do. Couple of reasons for that. One, I wanted to be more awake for this one, because the last couple I've been quite tired. And two, I want this to be a really long live stream. Why? Because new DLC coming out soon. And that means all of these replays won't work. So I desperately need to get them all done. And I believe there's over 30 of them left. As you can see, there's an A, a couple Bs, quite a few Cs. But as you get further down, there's more and more of them. So I really need to get on this. Also, if the whole thing crashes, that's because I had a problem with my graphics card. My graphics card gave up last night, or the night before. Yeah, it was the night before. And today I had to go out and buy a new one, which should make this run, if anything, better. But we'll have to see. So we'll jump straight in. This is Pharaoh War, Vampire Count versus the Tomb King's Raven. So we've got 5 Crypt Horrors, some Black Knights, Fail Bats, Dire Pack, Dire Wolves, Terrorgeist, against lots of Skeleton Spearmen, 5 of them, 3 Tomb Guard of Hellbirds, the Regiment of Renowned Tomb Guard, and a load of archers as well. Get you into slow-mo, because we're going to want to see all of the fancy magic we've got. So all the cavalry hidden in the woods here, and this is the map I was talking about before, where it's got the crack right down the middle. I just want to make sure everything is recording correctly, mic is working, picture is working, everyone's happy. Fantastic. Yeah, so there's the Dire Wolves and the Dire Pack hidden very sneakily around there. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this hidden over here. Oh, I like this. So we got a Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, who has got everything apparently. So Heart Piercing, Helm of Discord, the Sword of Anti-Heroes, Dance McCrabe, the Edification of Nohek, Pestilent Breath, Honor or Death, the Hunger, and that's the Curse of Undepth. Sway out another character, or was I just misreading that? Oh, I see him. Hidden at the very back, we have a Necromancer there who has got, looks like, is it Rodocropson? Forbidden Rod. Close enough. What gets me is, people do this, but if someone just vanguarded 1 unit, that would be done with. Just done with. On the Tomb King side, got quite a few units actually. We have got, looks like Shetra there, Percival on his horse, who has got Blessed Blade of Petra, the Edification of Protection, Edification of Cursed Blades, Unyielding Wheel, Restless Dead, the Curse. Then we have Lynch Priest of Light, also on horseback, who has got Ink's Canopy Jar, isn't it? Nefarious Scrolls of Mighty Incarnations, the Net of Amatok, Fast Protection, and Exorcism, ironic. And we have a Tomb Prince on horseback as well, with Blade of Setep, the Curse of DF, and Guardian. I'm just checking on the chat. Unfortunately, also a side effect of having this new graphics card, I can't actually have my second monitor on right now. So I'm actually using my phone to see the chat. So if I take a moment to have a look. Chaos is here. Yeah, and the Necromancer's there to gain mana, so the Vampire Lords. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Blessed Legion, so the Skeleton Archers. And we've got the Capra Guards, so the Tomb Guard Regiment for now. We also have the Eyes of the Desert, so yeah, the Stalkers Regiment for now. There's a lot of regiment renowned in this army, but the Fail Batch immediately getting in there. And there's an army of Crypt Ghouls mostly, which is really, really good. So I'm doing the Fail Batch getting the Knights immediately getting in, and oh, straight into those Archers. That's going to cause a lot of problems. And oh dear, the Knights have been caught out by the Native Amatok, and now the Spearmen are all getting in there, causing all sorts of problems. In comes the Stalkers, where we do have the Black Knights here, got onto a good side on the flank here. In comes the Big Dragons, and we have an army of Crypt Ghouls versus Skeleton Spearmen. Be interested to see how that goes. It looks like the Crypt Ghouls are winning. Terrorgeist and the Blood Dragon are flying over again on it. Oh, no, they're now getting involved. Smack, straight in there. Those Archers are done for, I think. And the Lynx Priest is taking a lot of damage as well. There goes the regen already. The Black Knights moving into a better position here. But the Black Knights here with the Lancers and Barden have been completely decimated by that earlier thing. They want to get out of there and try and heat up if they can. It looks like the Crypt Ghouls, though, do beat them. In comes the Wolf straight into the back of the Archers just as the Skeleton Spearmen run out. Look, immediately makes him start falling apart, which is fantastic. The Dragons are now, and the Terrorgeist, I apologise, it is a difference, is trying to get out of there now. The Lynx Priest is pretty much battered. The front line is pretty much battered. There you go, the Black Knights are moving back. Dire Wolves are doing a fantastic job wiping those Archers out. The Dire Pack is now getting into a better position here. The front line is crumbling to the Crypt Ghouls. The centre's holding for the Tomb King, so that's because everything's there. We do have some Spearmen, but they kind of just sat there, and there goes the second region. Black Knights in a good position here. Go with it. Oh, look, straight to the back of the only thing that was holding the line. But there you go, we've got the Shabti now, have been summoned as well. And I think the Black Knights are there to actually counter exactly where they are. Yes, they are straight into the flank there, dealing amazing amounts of damage. This is not looking good for the Tomb Kings. The Crypt Horrors have definitely won here. Over here, I think some guys just got summoned. No, these are the Skeleton Spearmen from over here that have moved in to try and reinforce, because the other Spearmen have been completely wiped out. But even the Fail Batch are doing a really good job here. Oh, there's a nice breath attack going in there. Yes, it hits a few Skeleton Warriors, but they can afford that. They're on another breath attack as well. And now they're both flying in, trying to get rid of the Tomb Prince and the Lord there. There's the Lynx Priest. Could probably do getting rid of him. But the Crypt Ghouls, as expected, have now won this engagement and can now come around the flank. They did all sorts of damage. But yeah, what an absolute storm here. The Assaulti, look, have been shut down by the Black Knights. So they've not been able to go where they needed. The Tomb God of Hellbirds are now moving in, and the Black Knights will get wiped out. That's not in question, but it's how long can they distract them? Front line, the Spearmen are only just holding against Crypt Ghouls. We do have another unit here that have been kind of forgotten. They need to get moved in. But this Tomb Guard could be a problem for the Flyers here, the Blood Dragon and the Terrorgeist. They've got to be careful. They are now getting involved. Oh dear, the Blood Dragon has actually rampaged. That's not good. That's really good. The Eyes of the Desert, they're crumbling. Cetra's doing quite good in there. Tomb Prince, not so well. Over here, it looks like, yeah, one group of Spearmen have been beaten. The other one's starting to lose against those, which is insane. I don't know when these are going in, but the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord is getting out of there. Good move. I mean, they still have plenty of breath attacks, so you might as well use them. Now they've got these Tomb Guard here with Hellbirds. Get those breath attacks in there. Yeah, just like that. But they're aiming for, yeah, and there goes the Tomb Prince. He's been wiped out. How much health is Cetra on now? Over 3,000 still. 1,500 for the Lynx Priest. But it looks like the Tomb Kings are actually winning the centre battle. Excuse me. Crypt Ghouls finally moving into position, and now the Vampire Camps are moving in and dealing with the Skeleton Spearmen here and wiping them out. So they're winning the side engagement, so they really damaged the centre. But the Tomb Kings do still have Cetra, and they've got the 2 units of Tomb Guards of Hell. But oh, there goes the Desert Eyes, finally crumbling to the last ghouls that are left. There are some Crypt Ghouls still in there, doing that little bit of damage. And we do have on this flank, the zombies have been summoned as well, so they're getting a nice crunch on there. The archers are, they're gone, pretty much. These skeleton archers are being wiped out. So gotta try and hold the line there. So it is pretty much the elite, magic, and general, but we do have 2 dragons. Well, dragon and terrorgeist, and that dragon can heal itself. So hopefully, yeah, I think we're going to see some breath attacks coming down here. Or zombies. They're going to summon some zombies in. I would have done the breath attacks first, but he is going for Cetra. He is going to try and wipe them out. Balance power is slightly... There goes the archers now. Balance power is going more and more in the Vampire Count's favour. They really need to try... If they can take Cetra out, all this for full power, that's exactly what they're doing. Look at that. 1,500 health. And he's just plummeted. Look at that. 800 health left. He is going to... And he's got 2 big monsters on him. I don't think he's going to be able to get out on this one. Well, and down he goes. And with that gone, look, the rest of the Tomb King army just fall apart. And there we go. That is a win for the Vampire Count. Fantastic game there. Go through this nice and quickly. So, turns out Crypt Ghouls beat Skeleton Spearmen quite easily, actually. The Black Knights of the Lancers got pinned down by the Net of Albertok. Great job there. Then you have the other Black Knights come around the side and try to deal with the Usatsu when they got summoned and just pin down the back line. Dire Wolves did a fantastic job getting in behind and getting the archers and the elite guys and smashing through, as well as the Fellbats. So they just immediately dive bomb on. I mean, look, 180, 124 and 106 kills for the Crypt Ghouls. That's a lot. That's a hell of a lot for a Crypt Ghoul to kill. They had a great time. As you can see, like, the Blessed Legion did nothing, and the other 2 didn't do that much. So let's get on to the next game. I can't stop yawning for some reason. Don't know why. I'm actually awake. I think it's just the sheer lack of oxygen as I try and do the commentary on these games. So now, because we're going to have the Dark Elves versus Petonia. It's going to be a long live stream, this one. Got a couple of Bleak Swords, Dread Spears, the Sisters of Slaughter. So all 3 Cold One Knights. Slash Harvesters and a Reaper, both for a couple of Assassins and Marathi. We've got the King, a Fey Enchantress, 4 units of Peasants, 3 Men at Arms, couple of Knight units there. There were Hippogriff Knights, Triple not sure what these are, I can't remember right now. Grail Knights and probably Knights of the Lady or something like that. We'll figure. They all look the same. They all look the same. So let's slow it right down. So looking at Marathi, she has got Soul Stealer, Power of Darkness, Heartrender on Dark Wood. Is it Dark Wood or Dark Sword? There we go, well done. Great Arcane Conduct, Spiteful Conjuration, and Life Leeching. We also have the 2 Assassins here, so Canine Assassin. I expect they both got the same thing. Yep, Web of Shadows. Where is the other one? Oh, it's on the other side, of course it is. Yeah, oh no, he's got something extra. What have you got that's so special? Assassin's Trophy and Web of Shadows. Very nice. Going to the other side now with Betonia. Yeah, the Mounted Yeoman Archers. Just got to double check the Cavalry. So they're Grail Knights, fortunate on Companions. So Question Knights. They do have a Damsel of Life who has got the whole class of Power Stone, Regrowth, Earthblood, and Life Bloom. Next we have the King over here who has got the, come on, Sword of Corone, the Lion Shield, Foe Seeker, Beloved Son of Petonia, the Ladies Champion, and Blessing of the Z Lady. So there we go, guys. Trebuchets are immediately fired in. Gonna have a quick drink when these guys get shot. Hopefully wake me up for a bit. That's what I really need. But yeah, Mounted Yeoman getting in there, doing a nice bit of harassment. We'll get rid of that so we can see more. Does the boat have a choice of either single or multi-shot? Because surely against the light cavalry, you want the multi-shot. I don't know if they do or not, like the High Elves do, but if they do, they should really use it. But the Dritzer is coming in here, giving them a bit of a bother, you know, making them move away. Got some Code 1 Knights. There are 3 units of Code 1 Knights in this army, so they've got plenty of choice. And I love this positioning here. The Sisters of Slaughter, obviously with no armor, is getting away from this range, because this could be a serious problem. They are trying to deal with them. They're taking a few out. Code 1 Knights chasing them away. Turn around. They don't need to do much more. Hopefully they don't lose any. But yeah, they do some moving shot. But Petunia are now moving up all the forces. And I like, there's a lot of peasants. And we got spearmen at arms as well. But we do have the trebuchet, which is now under fire. And what's the trebuchet aiming at? Oh, the trebuchet is aiming at the repeater bowthrower. And so are the mounted yeomen. Be interested to see how these guys do against the trebuchet. Yeah, a few powers and shots. So we got a bit of back and forth by the cavalry. But Petunia are the ones that are taking the step forward now. You would have thought the repeater... Oh, they got a Grail Knight. Oh dear, they missed that and hit the Grail Knight. Well, it's Question Knight, but they're all the same. But yeah, Mounted Yeoman getting into a position here. We do have the King, and we've got Royal Hippogriff Knights. The King is checking the woods, because this is a very popular place for ambushes to occur. But the Dark Elves are now moving in. And I suspect most of their infantry should be able to beat most of this infantry, I would have thought. But the Mounted Yeomen, they seem very focused on the repeater bowthrower. Oh, nice trebuchet hit there on the Code Worms. I don't think it actually killed any, though. So in they go, though. Dread Spears there. I'm going to knock onto the side of this, which isn't great. But, oh dear. Half-naked elves charging in against peasants. And the peasants turned as well, so that's going to be a good flank here on them, causing all sorts of problems. Peasants trying to move in now. Got Code 1 Knights, Kenite Assassins in there. Question Knights trying to get it. Grail Knights, Guardian, sorry, getting in there. But look, where there is a purse, in comes the Code Worms. A nice counter charge here. And you see the front line for Petunia is immediately breaking apart at this point. Over here, yeah, Sister Slaughter, they are going to get charged by the Grail Knights. Well, sort of, they kind of, yeah, they do charge in. But I don't think the Grail Knights are that bothered. The peasants are making a run for it. But the Dark Elves are definitely slaughtering this peasant line, which is to be expected, to be honest. But in comes the Royal Hippogriff Knights. Oh no, but they've charged into the Kenite Assassins. That must have been a misclick. They must have been after Maratha. Yeah, the Sword of Corona has been dropped on them as well. But we do have Murderous Prowesses activated. And we got the Assassins in there. And as you can see, the King's taking a huge amount of damage. Absolutely huge. He's nearly at half health already. And the trebuchet is being beaten badly. A lot of the units here are starting to shout at the peasants. Yeah, look, the Question Knights have shattered. Just everything's breaking. And it's slowly going into the favour of the Dark Elves for sure. Yeah, the Web of Shadows, so his speed is cut by a quarter. He's trying to get out of there. He's only got 1600 health. Taking a lot of damage though. So Steed has been dropped him in as well. Look, Dread Spear's coming. Yeah, this whole flank's gone. This whole flank's in the balance, but I think the Dark Elves are getting... Yep, they're getting the best of it. And look at that, guys. Immediately shattered. And the Dark Elves absolutely walk over them. Fantastic game there. So pretty much, that was incredibly quick, that one. And a lot of people died. But that was because you had these elite infantry with the Sisters, you had the cavalry for counter, and the Dread Spears and Bleak Swords do a great job holding. Against peasants, yeah, and the Spearmen at Arms, so they just walked through them. Literally walked through them, and the bigger guys, the Knights and that, got picked off so quickly. I mean, that was a huge micro mistake there with getting the King in there, and the two Assassins just said, yeah, alright then, boom. He just, yeah, that was pretty much game over at that point. So well played there to both players. We are literally trying to get through these as quickly as possible. So we do have green skins against Dark Elves now. Very similar build to before. We do have Sorcerers of Beasts, some Bleak Swords, Executioners, 4 Bleak Swords, 2 Code Worms, that's Snares Harvesters, classic. We do have some Code 1 Chariots, which would be nice, and the Dark Riders up against them. It looked like mostly Goblins, but it loaded very, very, very quickly, so apologies for that. So we do have Marathi, probably the same abilities as before. Soul Stealer, Power of Darkness, Heart Render and Dark Sword, Great Arcane Conduct, Spiteful Conjuration, and Life Legion. And look at this, we have the Death Creepers and the Mangum Orders at the front, immediately dealing with any of the skirmishers, but they do have Dark Riders of Crossbows, which is a bit of a worry. Over here, the Sorceress of Beast on foot. She has the Transformation of Caledon and the Dark Star Cloak. So she's just there to summon manticores, pretty much. That's where she's there. And over on this side, I know we've got Wazark. Look at all these greenskins. I mean, what's the numbers? 649 Dark Elves to 1,172 greenskins. And there are Black Orcs in there. We've got Orc Boy Biggins. Nasty Skokers, some Savage Orcs as well on foot. Some Goblins at the front, you know, just to keep them busy. If we have a look, we got Goblin Big Boss on a Spider. So he's got Strider, he's got poison attacks. But that's about it. And then we got Wazark, he's on his big pig there. And he's got all of the good stuff. He has got Effigy of the Git, Warg, the Foot of Gork, the Fist of Gork, Brainbuster, Bonewood Staff, Squiggy Beast, and Power of the Warg. So we can get started. Can get rid of that. So the couple of Dark Riders pushing forward. Because also they want to scout over what's on this side of the hill. See what's there and getting some good shots off there. And of course, yeah, so it's a bit of skirmishing, but the Dark Elves are securing the top of the hill. It's unfortunately don't have much race to make the most of that. But in they comes, we've got the so there's Harvesters moving in. Covered by the Eggfear of the Git's been cast on them, and I think that's the Foot of Gork coming down on them. Oh, this could hurt. They're pinned in place. Oh, look at the damage. Half that health just gone. And, of course, they are being shot as well. Just to make sure. That was a beautiful combat there. Pin them into place and then cut them down. Absolutely beautiful. Now we've got the Bleak Swords coming down. And the Execution. Hang on, do these have... They do have ranged. I did not realise Code Womps had crossbows as well. Oh, flipping next. So that's going to be dangerous. As you can see, the Mangy Moors have taken quite a bit of damage. The Goblins bravely running forward. Not sure why there's the Rusty Arrows moving forward as well. But the Goblins are moving forward and the Bleak Swords are coming in to meet them as well. But as you can see, very little of the Greenskins is actually committed. They're kind of just getting into position. They're scouting what they're doing. They've sent in 2 units of Goblins against all of this. And guess what? It didn't go well. But it's alright. We've got now Black Orcs coming in as well, which is going to have good fun chopping. They've seen the Nasty Skokers. We've got the Death Creepers. Obviously, their ranged attacks are poisoned as well. Goblins are now being chased down, but this army's now out of formation. We've got Savage Orc Biggins coming in. Pegasus going in a bit. Not sure what's going on there. Is that the smoke bomb ability? Must be. But yeah, now suddenly the Orcs are running up the hill quite aggressively to deal with all of these Dark Elves. Yeah, this is going to be... And the Goblins are still firing the Bleak Swords over there. Over here, however... Yeah, getting some good shots on Marathi. She's taking a lot of damage. She needs to get out of there. She's got about a third of our health missing now. But the Dark Elves have now reformed their line. The Goblin Big Boss getting shot quite a bit. Got the Code 1 Knights charging in, trying to break them off. We also have Celeste Harvesters charging in to try and finish off with the Goblin Spearmen. Do have an ability going down here by the looks of it. But yeah, look at this fire coming in. But the Nasty Skokers Black Orcs coming in now. And the Black Orcs will smash through this line. Hands down, will just smash through it. And there's a lot of range support as well for the Greenskins. Goblin Big Boss, he's going his own way. In comes the Nasty Skoker straight into there. Could probably do with a bit more support. But there we go. We do have Word of Pain has been dropped on this flank here. These Savage Orcs want to be careful because they could get caught by that if they're not careful. But it looks like, yeah, the False Goblin Spider Riders have been pushed back. The Nasty Skoker's trying to hold. Dark Elves, and there goes Murderous Prowess as well. And Warg. So we've got all of the flashing images. We got the Orc Boys coming in as well, smashing through. We've got the this Code One's trying to get in there. Got some Chariots pushing through. Oh, Eggfear of the Git. They've been pinned in place there. Are we going to see another combo? But look, the Rusty Arrows and Night Goblin Archer's going to get some fun. Oh no, there goes straight in the middle of those Code 1 Knights and the Executioners. That's done a hell of a lot of damage. The Black Orc's not cutting through. We do have a Fair Manticore who's been summoned to try and deal with Wazark. He has been a massive pain of his magic. The Savage Orc Biggins are trying to get a flank charge into the Bleak Swords. I haven't noticed, but they are getting shot in the back there. A lot of this is kind of rampaging at this point. We do have a lot of the Dark Elves Cavalry still operational. Chariots have finally made it into the Night Goblins Archers, which is fantastic. Savage Orcs trying to deal with that, but they are getting shot in the back. But they have got Fist of Gork, so they're doing magical damage as well. Trying to get into the back of the Bleak Swords. Goblin Big Boss trying to hold him in. Nasty Skoker's over there. Wazark is holding back in his magic out. Looks like one of the chariots have been broken. There's some Bleak Swords over there, but they've taken quite a bit beaten. But the Black Orcs are slowly being this. In comes Marathi there to get a good flank charge. So here comes another Fair Manticle as well. But on this flank, we do have Black Orcs and Savage Orc Biggins dealing with the Code 1 Knights. Yeah, both units, and they're smashing them to bits. The Orcs are winning this flank here and can now move up and deal with it over there. And there's a lot of stuff here in the centre. I'm not sure where they're going. Guys, are you going to come back? But yeah, absolutely fantastic play here. The Dark Elves trying to desperately hold the hill, but the Code 1 Knights are now running away, so the Orcs can now come in and deal with this. I don't think there's much going for the Dark Elves in regard to infantry. If anything, I think it is all cavalry at this point. All light cavalry, so they're not going to be able to hold the line very well. And they're going to run out of ammunition. Marathi desperately trying to get rid of Wazark. But I don't think it's going to work out well. The Savage Orc Biggins coming in. Over here, the Fair Manticore has scared off the archers and such, but he is rampaging. He's low on health and he will eventually disappear. But yeah, Sosti that has been dropped on these units. The Goblin Big Boss trying to come in to save them. Everything's trying to get in here now. Oh! Wazark's taking a hell of a lot of damage. 5 at 300, that Fair Manticle. That's barely got any health left. Oh, and he's got him! Wazark's fallen and Marathi flies away victorious. This could be the breaking point. Balance powers quickly shifted to the Dark Elves' favour. The Greenskins seem to be dominating it, but without their leadership, yeah, their morale is now just crumbling. Units going to start shattering. I think the Dark Elves, if they're quick, and then they have got the cavalry to do this, they need to optimise, get in there, and make everything break as quickly as possible. I think there's just some Black Orcs left and some Savage Orc Biggins that's left. Apart from that, there is very little left, and Marathi can just keep healing at this point. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, they've gone and broken as well. We do have some units at the back starting to rally, but their leadership is not looking good, and Marathi's kind of just flying above, causing problems. Trying to make them break. There is a lot of cavalry. Look, they're trying to win the hill off. I mean, the balance power is still equal. But there we go. This is what Fair Manticore has now fallen finally, and this one will go down shortly as well. But they do have light cavalry. The ammunition's nearly up, but I'm hoping they can just charge in and just break everyone. As you can see, look, there's a unit that's staying, so they're, you know, good leadership, so they're focusing on them to get rid of them. The Fair Manticore is finally nearly out. Marathi's just 1,000 points of health left. We do still have the Sorceress of Beast, though. Balance power is still equal. This is insane. There's Black Orcs here, but they are being run down by the Code 1 Knights, getting good, sweet vengeance on them. In comes, but they want to be quick because the Fair Manticle will just disappear soon. Yeah, just like that. And Power of Darkness has been used on the Dark Rider, so Marathi can get more power. How selfish of her. But the Greenskins have rallied up what they can into one bulk. But as you can see, their leadership is hanging on by a thread. All they need is one good charge here by the Dark Elves, and they'll be gone. I'm not sure where Marathi's gone. I think she's chasing down the Dark Elves, but the Archers are finally getting some shots on her because she's not got much health left on her. But yeah, the Greenskins trying to hold out now. Dark Elves have got to start pushing though. They've got to move in. They can't spend all their time chasing these few Black Orcs. As entertaining as it is to watch, yeah, we need to progress the battle, guys. So we're going to fast forward a little bit. But yeah, see, all the Dark Riders have now... Look, but a load of the guys are running off or wavering, just seeing the Dark Elves in front of them. And having the Marathi behind. We do have, though, the Rusty Arrows and Night Goblin Archers, and they still got a lot of the ammunition. So if they can, they'll do a great job trying to take her out. Or at least trying to finish some of these units off, which they are now doing. Getting some poking shots in. This is when the Dark Elves need to get in there. They need to do that damage. Getting those shots off. Mangum Orders trying to fall back. But yeah, look, straight in there. Word of Pain has been dropped as well. That is not going to help with their fight. But look, the main line's going, and it's going either way, because if the Greenskins can see they're beating the Dark Elves, their leadership will go up. And it looks like the Dark Elves are actually failing in this charge. Don't know why the units were held back. Everything needs to get in there. Hate to think what kind of magic's being dropped on So Stealer. That's got to do a lot of damage. But look, even the Code One Knights are starting to run away now. The Orc Boy Biggins have been shattered, but so have the Dark Riders over there, so the Savage Orcs can get in as well. There is mostly balance power, slightly in the Dark Elves' favour though. Mainly probably because the Sorceress of Beast is still at full health. The Archers need to get some shots off, get Marathi or the Sorcerer. In comes Marathi though. Mangum Orders, they need to get in there as well. They just need to send in everything. Just send in everything you've got. Try and finish this off as quickly as possible. There they go, trying to get Marathi, who's been healing whilst he's been up in the air. But, oh dear, there's some nice shots, but there's a lot of units shattering. And the Dark Riders have returned as well, though they're pretty much immediately dropping as well. But yeah, balance power more and more in the Dark Elves' favour. It looks like the Greenskins are going there. Oh no. There we go, guys. Shatter, everything's gone. And it is a victory for the Dark Elves, but only by the narrowest of margins. Absolutely fantastic game there. So, I don't know why I keep yawning. I've slept well. I don't know what's going on there. Can't fault either army there. Fantastic play from both. Both armies did really good, and it was straight down to the wire. There was so much going on back and forth. I love Wazarg's magic. You know, pinning people in place, then stomping on them, or letting them, like the Executioners got stomped on so quickly, in a very literal sense, that the Black Orcs just walked through them. And I thought the Orcs were going to have it when they cleaned up the flanks and pushed in, but it just didn't seem to hold out, unfortunately. The Dark Elves were just able to keep their leadership alive, and that's what I think was key, was the Manticles took out Wazarg. As soon as he went, it was more in the Dark Elves' favour, so fantastic game there, you two. Let's have a look. So the Greenskins and Dark Elves. We can now delete that replay. See, we've only got one left for them, but we're not going to do that one because it's the exact same matchup. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on the other side. And we're going to have High Elves versus Clan Agrund. Just a big thank you for everyone that's taken part, joining in. Currently watching the live stream. We've got 5 White Lions, some Chariots, some Eagle Boat Throws, a couple Nobles, and there we go, the Heathen. Against the Dwarf Warriors, great weapons, Longbeards, Hammers, including the Regiment Renowned, some Quarrelers, Iron Drakes, and a Gyrocopter as well. Yeah, and this is quite an interesting setup as well. The Dwarves have the high ground. Let's see what they make, what opportunities they make of this. So if we look at Alariel, who is on her Eagle for this one, she's got the Star of Avalon, Arcane Conduct, Tempest. That'd be that'd be just against Gyrocopters, Earthblood, Fast Protection, Sealed Stone of Issa, Sealed of Sapphire, and Life Bloom. We also have 2 Nobles, both of them are on Chariot, no abilities for either, they're just basic. And I think there's Chariot on the flanks. No, they're the Reaper Boat Throwers there. Nice position. Oops, steady on camera. Oh, and I've got a new mouse as well, so if it seems a bit wonky, that'll be why. So yeah, we got some Chariots there, and I expect some Chariots there as well. This side, you got the Gyrocopters of the Brimstone. But also, here's the main dwarf line, a Runesmith, who has got all of the runes, including the Forge Fire. And we also have Balagor Iron Hammer. Very popular for this tournament. He has got Revenge Incarnate, the Mighty Oathstone, Rally, and Hammer of Ungren itself. Good front line there, but there is a lot of bow throwers coming in here. I mean, they've missed, but they're there. So, well done, guys. So here you can see the white lines are getting themselves into a good position here, because if they can get here and here, they'll be in a fantastic position to hit the dwarves on multiple fronts. And the dwarves really have to move forward, because the Eagle Claw bow throwers will do a fantastic job shooting them down. We have the Teutonic Order has joined the chat. Welcome. Pretty sure you're new, aren't you? I don't recognise the name. If you are new, welcome to the channel. Yeah, it's normally a bit busier in the chat with this, but I think a lot of people are watching Torrens' live stream, which probably finishes soon. But he's doing a tournament of the new DLC, and I don't have the early access, so it's really, really sad. But we do have what's going on here. Tempest has been dropped on it. Their speed has been dropped by 72. And in comes the Eagle, doing a lot of damage. Obviously, this don't do friendly fire. They will now get out of there, but be careful, the Quarriers will do a lot of damage. And it looks like the Iron Drakes have taken a lot of damage as well. But yeah, I think those gyrocopters have been nearly taken out of the match. But now it's going to come down to, the problem is, the elves have artillery, so they can sit back and attack. Now, I believe there is a sneaky chariot up back. Look at this, guys. Oh, sneaky elves. Getting their chariots in the back line to do with the chorus. It looks like the white lines are moving forward. We've got some chariots in the back there with the nobles, ready to move in where they're needed. But the white lines, remember, are anti-infantry. So this is going to go really, really badly if the dwarves aren't careful. Got some nice shots going in there, doing some nice bit of damage. Rune and navigate. All the runes have been dropped over here, though. All of the runes. But in they go, the white. In comes the nobles as well. Look at that. Straight through the dwarf warriors. Smashing them to bits. And look, they've got into the back of the cores as well. Look, they've gone flying. Absolutely flying. Of course, the Reaper boat throwers can just keep on going. Aetherial is taking on the gyrocopters there, trying to finish them off. The chariots just smashing through the dwarf lines, getting into the back where they need to be. Do have the multi-oathstone, Rally and Revenge Incarnate. It's all been dropped. So very desperate, just trying to get everything in there to try and hold. Close to friendly fire there by the chariots. Talk about friendlies close. Chariots coming in there. Look, they're just absolutely destroying these quarters, which is great because it means they can't focus on the Eagle. The front line, we do have the Rudesmith. Oh, we do have someone right lines of Ran. And the Rudesmith has broken through and been Miss Michael is just running away. There goes the Heathen to try and get this flank protected, because there's a lot of hammers in that here. Dealing with them. We've got chariots running into the back there. What's left of the gyrocopters are trying to support as well the quarriers. Let's have a look. Where are the nobles are all pinned up against the cliff? They've merged into the cliff. Okay then. But they are now making a return trip. Aetherial is going for that Runesmith, and they're going straight into the back as well. And yeah, these chariots did a fantastic job. They must have quite a few kills by now, dealing with the quarriers. On the front line here, this is the thing. If you don't have anything to pierce the front line like the chariot, these guys are going to really struggle breaking through. But it looks like they are doing a really good job. Aetherial is taking on the Runesmith, who's done the rune of Oath and Steel, but kind of wasted. But I wonder if it actually, yeah, affects him even if they move into range. Fantastic. But yeah, as you can see there, elves are desperately trying to deal with this group over here. And, I mean, they seem to be doing quite good over here. But the quarriers, they are getting beaten quite badly. This one unit of chariots has done a fantastic job. Of course, and there goes the Tempest as well. Dealing with those gyrocopters. And in comes Aetherial. Probably got to finish her off. Take him out the sky. But the ground war's not... I'm not sure what's going on with the ground war at the moment. But, of course, they do have the artillery supporting them. How much health has he got? 42. He got away with 42 health. That's literally insane. And look, yeah, chasing them down the chariots, trying to deal with them. But I think these chariots are going to actually win the game for the high elves at this point. And of course the artillery as well, because even if the whole white lines now decide to fall back, having these guys firing at pretty much point blank range going to cause a lot of problems. And these quarrelers, they are getting volley shots off as often as possible, but they've got one unit of chariots that's just constant. And finally, this flank has broken. The Runesmith's the only one that's left. And they're now desperately trying to hold while everything slaughters them. In comes the chariot. Look at this beautiful flank charges straight into the side of the Dwarf Warriors of Great Weapons. Going to cut them down nicely. As long as the White Lines can hold. Oh, there goes Badagal with his rally. He's determined to hold this flank. The back line's falling apart, and this flank is trying to hold. Whereas there's a Runesmith and a few Dwarf Warriors, so define hold. But in comes some more shots, dealing with the guys that are running away, like the Peak Gate Guard. Nobles are going in and out, trying to deal with the people that are breaking off. Not sure where these White Lines are going, the Pure Main Company. But they're going somewhere. The Ain Drakes have shattered, and what's got here? Quarters, yeah. And this is what the Quarters need to do, is try and support each other by taking out the Chariot. That's the problem. Nice bit of healing being dropped here, because this is the last stand of the High Elves. Balance power is well in their favour by the looks of it. But let's get the balance in. If we look, yeah, it's quite, like, broken evenly. But, oh no! They're all wavering, they're all showering. Oh no, and the High Elves have taken it. And that is a win for the High Elves against the Dwarfs. That was, I think, what won that game for the High Elves. I mean, the White Lines, great choice for a front line. But it was the Chariots and the Reaper Bow Throwers. And of course, obviously Nobles, because they were on Chariots. But you get the general gist. I feel like they are the ones that won the game. Just smashing through. But that was the whole point. The White Lines were there just to hit the front line. Boom. Hold. Well, the Chariots, obviously the Eagle Claw Bow Thrower, getting in there, doing great damage, sniping on certain targets. And the Chariots just having a good time. Just running everyone down. I mean, 617 Dwarfs to 260 Elves. That's a lot. That is definitely a lot. So that is that battle done. We do have another one, but it is Clan Agron versus. I've gone and lost the live chat on the phone because I've got it on my phone. But yeah, we do have Empire against Clan Agron again, but we will skip that. And we're going to go Vampire Counts and Wood Elves. We literally just need to get through as many replays as we can during this live stream. But yes, Teutonic Order, you are a Dwarf player with no Slayers. I mean, those Slayers, if they could pin down the Chariot, would have done great. So we got lots of Skeleton Warriors, Graveguard, the Sternsmen, Failbats, Terrorgeist, Direwolves, some Blood Knights as well. That, I believe, is the Blood Vampire. You know what I mean, the fancy one, Bloodlord, whatever. I don't know what the regiment for now is there. But we've got some Dryads, Way Watchers, and such. Oh, he's just on his Pegasus for this one. So Blood Dragon, Vampire Lord on his Pegasus. He's got Heart Person. He's got Helm of Discord, the Sword of Anti-Heroes, Raised Dead, Unification of No Heck, and Honor or Death, as well as the Hunger and the Curse of Undeath. I believe that's all he had, weren't it? What's hidden over here? Ah, the Direwolves, of course. We've got Blood Knights on the hill there. If we have a look at the Wood Elves formation, a lot more closer. They have a Forest Dragon. Okay then. We also have the Firebark Elders. So the trees are on fire. They have Dryads. I mean, how does that even make sense? I don't know. We do have a Glade Lord who I think's on foot. Yeah, he's on foot. Mixed in with the Glade Guard. Would really appreciate if you let me have a look at what you've got. Tell me all of your secrets. You're not going to let me, are you? Why would I have so awkward? You know what? Forget it. We don't need to know. Brance Wraith, he's the one for the magic. He's got Scroll Shielding. He's got Foe Seeker, the Wyvern, the Pendulum, Shield of Thorns, Earth Blood, the other Trickster's Sword, Call of the Woods, Smoke and Mirrors, Blessing of the Ancients. There we go. So, Glade Lord, I can see he's got the Hell of Discord by the icons. Looks like Foe Seeker and all that. I'm not sure what the fancy fit is, but we'll figure it out later. We'll figure it out. Right, unfortunately, what have we got at the very back here? Hawk Eyes, so the Way Watchers Regiment Renowned, and some Way Watchers. Got the Direwolves, so just doing a bit of back and forth in the woods, you know, seeing if they can get a good position in. Oh, Wood Elves, what is this? They've moved forward to the cliff and then just circle round, and it's like, well, we've got Glade Guard now, you've got to come at us. So now we've got the skeletons coming in. Oh, these are the skeletons, the Regiment Renowned. Kornstein Stalkers. I've never heard of them, but they do have poisoned. Look at them go. But it'd be interesting to see how the undead deal with this, because they should be able to just surround them and just like kind of rip into them. But the yeah, it's all going to be, oh, immediately summons in some zombies. That's always a good idea. Get them fighting, because then they're going to be firing the wrong way. But undead, you need to get in there. Vampire counts, move faster. You can't be that slow, because the group's getting towards go in there. Why are you guys so far behind? That was kind of wasted now. They should have done it all at the same time, and the Wood Elves really would not have been able to manage. Looks like the Vampire Lord is taking on a Forest Dragon, but the Tiger Gauge is getting in there as well. Yeah, they are doing quite good. Hard piercing and that all been done. In comes Elf, and look, they've been able to go. Oh, Pendulum. Pendulum, they got to move, but they're so slow. Luckily, it mostly misses the Stonesman, but the Graveguard did take a hit there. But very quickly, this is kind of unraveled for the Wood Elves. Like those the Winterheart Guards got flank charged. So, not looking good. And the Failbats are in there as well. We do have these sneaky Wood Elves over here, the Way Watchers. But I don't know if their support's going to do it, especially when you got these guys coming in. With the Blood Knights, and you got breath attacks being dropped as well. Did the dragon get taken out? He must have done, I can't see him. Or is he mixed in? No, I think the dragon got taken out. I apologise for missing that. No, there he is. Badly hurt. But look, this is what they were for. The Blood Knights immediately coming in, and these Way Watchers have been absolutely taking a lot of damage there. And the dragon's trying to help, but immediately the Terrorgeist is like, oh, there you are. And it's coming in. Bit of fire breath being dropped on the Blood Knights, but it's too little too late. The Way Watchers have been absolutely wiped out. Over here, though, the undead are absolutely swarming over them. Look, and the one unit that was holding the front line, the Dryad, Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, no. Straight to the back there. And this isn't just skeletons. We do have Graveguard in there as well, guys, remember. So they're going to cause a lot of trouble. We do have, like, zombies. Get in there. I mean, he hasn't got a head, but I'm sure he'll do fine. But look, the zombies in there are just absolutely swarming. They're over here. Look, yeah, the Way Watchers have been beaten. The dragon's been beaten. And, yeah, they lost a lot of their direwolves, but that's absolutely fine. They can just chase down the survivors. There you go. They've shattered now. They've shattered. The Blood Knights can now come over. The Terrorgeist can come in as well. The front line's now crumbling. And the Terrorgeist is going to get a beautiful breath attack in there. Hits a load of zombies, but who cares? They're zombies. And look, Graveguard are getting into the rear. Oh no, they're into the rear of these Wildwood Rangers. This is not looking good. Bounce power is in the favour of the undead. Look, and the wolves are just chasing them down. Where's the Forest Dragon? He is trying to be sneaky, go through the woods. He's trying to chase down the Failbats, but the Failbats surely are going to actually win. Because he's only got 700 health, and the Failbats are pretty much a full hit. Got some Skeleton Spearmen here, and I'm not quite sure why. I think they're there as a reserve, and just in case there's some sneaky cavalry. But yeah, look at this guy. I mean, look at the numbers. 914 undead against 210. And heck, the direwolves are just being, you know, just getting thrown in there just to go to the mix. Let's just go with this screen. Let's be honest, it's just a matter of watching undead cut down some trees. And rightfully so, because Wood Elves. Terrorgeist in there, having a great time, you know. This is what he loves doing. After he's done his job with the Flyers, he gets in there. But yeah, Branch Wraith is going, the Dryads are going, and it's just a matter, as soon as they break, they're just going to be cut to pieces at this point. I think it'd be safe to fast forward at this point, because I don't think there's anything that can really happen here. Yeah, even the dragon's getting chased down by the Failbats, which is kind of comical, actually. I believe, yeah, oh, camera. Yeah, the Skeleton Spearmen that were held in reserve are now moved in, which is fantastic, because they're going to be at full strength. Helm of Discord's been dropped, though, on the whole group. As you can see, the Wood Elves are just trying to get away, but they need to chase them down. Like those Firebark Elders, they need to chase them down. Need to finish them. In comes the Blood Knights. Don't want them coming back. Yep, shattered, broken. And there we go. Bounce Power's now in the... Yeah, that's it. Glade Lord's gone. And rightfully so, the Wood Elves are being absolutely slaughtered. They're unbreakable, aren't they? I'll just have a drink then. Wow, so the Wood Elves tried some cheesy tactics, hiding next to the cliff, and the undeads went, we don't care. Surrounded them and slowly crunched them to death. Yeah, and you had those Way Watchers, but they got shot down so quickly. The dragon, being the only flyer, got shot down really quickly. So, yeah, once they were gone, the Wood Elves were suddenly trapped literally in their own trap. They were stuck against a corner like, we've got nowhere to go, guys. What do we do? And they just got swarmed by Grave Guards, Skeleton Warriors. And once all the outside forces dealt with, yeah, the Terror Guys, the Blood Dragon, the Fail Bats, the Dire Wolves, it's just all charged in. It didn't matter. Just all charged in there. So, great game there by the Vampire Counts. Bear luck and Wood Elves. Let's have a look. Dwarfs against Betonia. Dark Elves versus Toon Kings. I want to have something that we haven't really had yet. Toon Kings versus Beastmen. You know what? We'll watch that. So, got 4 Skeleton Standard Infantry, 3 Toon Guard, 2 Toon Guard with Hellbirds, the Regiment Renowned, a Sphinx, a Titan, and is that Ark in the Black? I'm pretty sure it is. And he's up against lots of mixed stuff, actually. He's got some Ungors, some Bestigors, Regiment Renowned, some Raiders, gotta say Gorballs, but they're not, are they? They're Minotaurs, that's it. Dire Wolves, you know, the usual stuff. Hang on a minute, we've seen this battle already. Yeah, we have. Why has this not been deleted? I swear, it's pitting on battles that I've already done and deleted. I apologise for that. Let's get that out the way. Ah, it was this side, wasn't it? Yeah, so delete that one. What else have we got? How's the chat going? Oh, I'm sorry to record. I've deleted it now. But the thing is, if you check out my other live streams, you will find all the battles there. Dwarves and Greenskins? Let's see if we've seen this one. I hope not. Oh, flippin' heck, 4 Gyrocopters. No, I'm pretty certain I've not seen this one. We've got a cannon. Loads of Dwarf Warriors to hold the line. Some Rangers. Got a Rune Lord, and he's up against Wazark. Lots of Night Goblins and Squigs. Look at all the Squigs. Black Orcs, Night Goblins. Oh, this seems very themed. Very themed. I like it. Let's have a look then. So the Dwarfs. Oh, what's this? What is this? They found the only hill and go, we're here. That's kind of it. So there, Grumbling Garden out there. What's going on over here? We've got the Dragonback Slayers with the Rune Lord, who's just got the one Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin. In the corner. And we've got Gyrocopters on that flank. And we've got Gyrocopters, 3 of them, all the way over here. Now, I understand why they're doing this. They're making sure there's no Vanguard in the corners. And I can understand that. Instead, what the Goblins have done, the Greenskins, look at them all. They're scattered all through the woods. So even if you manage to spot one, oh, look over here. The cannons are getting some shots off against Durkirk Squigs, who are desperately trying to run in together with the Night Goblins. But a lot of this you won't be able to see. So what have we got? Wazark, he's on foot. That's different. He's got to do his jig. He's got all of the abilities. He's got Effigy of the Git, Wag, Foot of Gork, here we go. Fist of Gork, Bonewood Staff, and Squiggy Beast, as well as Warpoint of Wazark and Power of the Wag. Squig Boss Mad Knobs is here. Yes. Oh, you got a lightness, mate. There is loads of Squigs. All of the Squigs. I mean, I think there's 4 units of them. You got the Regiment Renown, you got a group here, and I suspect there's more over here. Yeah, we've got night goblins and that going. Is there squigs in the middle? I don't know. Most likely. Lots of Black Orcs. There they are. There's more squigs for you. All of the squigs. They're going to have a great time. These are just squig herds. So they're just kind of left to their own devices. So yeah, let's play and see how this goes. So you can see though, they've got to be very careful where the dwarves are positioned. The greenskins don't want to attack too early. Cannons are firing at the Black Orcs now, which is, yeah, the best prime target. And look at this kill zone here. There is no cover for the greenskins to use. And look, now they know there's nothing here. The gyrocopters are now moving up into position to scout where the woods are to find out what's here. And the Rune North with the Dragonback Slayers are moving onto the hill to cover. They are defending these ancient trees. That's what this is about. These trees or rocks or whatever they are, they're very important to the dwarfs. So they're having to keep them going. Look at this though. The gyrocopter's doing a great scouting job here. They can, oh, and dropping some bombs on them as well. That's going to cause some pain on the Night Goblins running renown there. And some nice hits there in the back of the Warlords boys. So that means these guys are the Fanatic ones. The 8 peak ones, loonies. But yeah, look at these hits. They get, oh wow! They've nearly made the Nasty Skokers break. But on this flank, the greenskins, the squigs, they're going for it. They're going for the dwarves. I want to see one dwarf get eaten by a squig here. But they're going to fall back. They're very clever. Because now in comes the Night Goblins. And that Night Goblin lost his head. But it's all worth it. In they come again, though, getting some fantastic charges and finishes. Obviously, the dwarf player's going to be focusing on the micro here, which means he's not going to be focusing on this side, where we've got Night Goblins charging up, and they're kind of taunting them. Not actually charging in. So it's like, look, we're here. Yeah, look at that. Just beautiful micro there. Nasty Skokers have been broken by the gyrocopters. But over here, yeah, the Night Goblins are getting beaten up. There goes the miners of the blasting charges as well. But look how much guys have moved in here. Uh-oh, they're going to get that flank charge. They're not in the right position. In comes the Night Goblins. In comes the squigs as well. Oh, and they're getting into the Rangers as well. I mean, they do have great weapons. But, oh, and there goes the Warg. Black Orcs are now getting in there, and they'll smash through. Wazar getting in there as well. The greenskins have got to try and get past the gyrocopters and then do as much damage as they can in this front line. And that Warg's going to be a huge help. Oh dear, what's that being dropped down? But in comes the Dragonback Slayers to try and deal with all these squigs, and this has just turned into a complete mess. Look at it all. Absolute just mess going on here. The Black Orcs will smash through this front line. Over here, beautiful hit and run tactics going on. Till the Black Orcs get in there, and they're now dealing with the Grumbling Guard on one bed. These gyrocopters are pain in the butt, but oh, beautiful. They got a great foot of Gork off on both units there where they crossed. Wazarks managed to break through, which is impressive. The squigs, understandably, are break. Oh, look at that. This whole flank seems to be breaking for the Orcs now. The greenskins are starting to waver. Could the dwarves be able to hold the centre? I think they are. I think this was going to be the biggest push they had. But we do have... Oh, and there goes the Fanatics. And of course, guys, if we slow it down... But look at this. You got mines going. Black Orcs flying. Night Goblins that have dwarfs tied to them. It's just insane going straight through the middle of them. Absolutely. Oh, straight into the cannon crew as well. That's going to hurt. That was a beautiful Fanatics. But the Black Orcs over here are breaking. And units of the Warlords boys have broken. Shattered. They're just gone. I mean, how many's left? 25 of them. We also have the Fanatics here. But these guys are unbreakable. And we do have the Slayers in there. The Dragonback Slayers. But they are up against like practically unbreakable units. I mean, the Black Orcs have such good leadership. The Night Goblins are unbreakable. The Fanatics made it all the way through to the other side, but the Black Orcs here have been beaten. It looks like the Black Orcs here are being beaten with Wazark. He's desperately trying to destroy these Longbeards. Over here, we do have some Night Goblins coming back and some Night Goblin Squigs trying to get themselves back into position. But there, it looks like most of the attack balance power is in the dwarf favour. This is not looking good for the Greenskins because, of course, with the gyrocopters, until they run out of ammunition, they can just pick off at the reinforcements. All the guys running, make them shatter. As you can see, A lot of them here. Shattered, shattered, shattered. They're just gone. Wazark's desperately trying to hold. He's doing Fist of Gorks, trying to do as much damage. But look, the dwarf armies are quite depleted. And in they come, more squigs into the flank here. The Night Goblins, these guys were not prepared for this. And they're getting right into the flank there, doing a lot of damage. Wazark is just moving forward, but the Gyrocopters are doing a fantastic job covering from the air. These guys need to be shattered, and that's what they're doing. The Gyrocopters, yeah, balance of power is gone, and it looks like that is a win for the Dwarves against the Greenskins. That is unfortunate. We do have 7 guys left, which is all that's left, so we shall watch them heroically charge in. All 7 of them. Go on, lads. You can take them. And then we can fast forward it. Yeah, there we go. Nice win there by the Dwarves. Oh dear, fantastic. And it's good to see our newest member, the Teutonic Order, is having a great time with this. Yeah, I mean, I loved the green skin eyes there. But unfortunately, it was just... I mean, these Gyrocopters did amazing. Absolutely amazing. Because they were able to pick off the hard targets first. And then, yeah, just dealt with... As soon as they broke, they just chased them down and made sure they shattered. And then they could focus on the next target there. So, fantastic play there by the Gobbo Slayer. Oh. Oh, dear. We'll move on quickly, shall we? So that is that one there. What else do we have? Oh, Setland Apache versus Lauren. Tomb Kings versus Norska. Let's go watch that then. So we got a couple of Necrotechs actually. Skeleton Legion there. A lot of Tomb Guard, Yusupti, oh, Big Sphinx as well. And he's up against the Troll with some magic users, lots of, couple of Norska, Mordors and Berserkers, some champions, and a lot of Skinwolves in that. So we've got a lot of big stuff here. Skinwolves and Famir against Yusupti and, oh, what is this? What is this? Oh, Tomb King. Well, I'll say that they are moving forward, so I'll let them off, that's fine. We do have, yeah, the Sphinx of Yuskep, so the Necrosphinx Regiment of Renown. You've got the Kepra Guard, the Blessed Legion, the Scorpion Legion, that's what I thought. We got Necrotechs here, who have got, I should probably, you know what, let's just pause it, before they merge into a horrible mess. So Necrotechs, I suspect they've got both the same thing. Any chance you're going to let me see it? Thank you. Restore Embraces of the Sun. And then you've got Cetra, the Imperishable, on foot. Come on. There we go. You can Unification of Desecration, the Unification of Protection, Iron and Will, Restless Dead. Yeah, but look at all the Yusupti as well. I like it. And the Sphinx as well. We do have the Blessed Legion getting some shots off here. In front, we do have the Skinwolf Werekin, who has got Foe Seeker and, of course, Frenzy and Regeneration. Immune Psychology. We have the Frog here, the Troll King, who has got Fight or Die, Foe Seeker, and Regeneration. Watch my mouse doing. Famir. Ooh, Shadows, clearly. He's got the Arcane Conduct, the Pendulum, Enfeeble the Foe, Mystify Merisma, and From the Mist. And yeah, they've got a lot of interesting stuff here. Oh dear, the Skinwolves are on the wrong side of the map, but that's fine, they're quite fast. We've got some Famir with great weapons that are doing a great job. I'm worried about the Mordors. Generally a bit worried about the Mordors. But this should be good. It looks like the Sphinx is going for it. He's just like, guys, hold my beer. I've got this. And he's just going for it. But he's so fast, he's running circles around him. Oh, Enfeebling Foe's been dropped on him, and it's upgraded as well. Look at the damage they've done on him. Wow, that is insane. And now these Tomb Guard are trying to move up to support. And look at this boat that's coming in, and all that's protecting their flank is mortar. Yeah, you better run, Sphinx. You better run. Because now you got everyone after you. That's what happens when you run ahead. Tomb Guard getting in there, but they haven't got the anti-large. And Frog just walks by. They're just walking past them. They don't care. And now they're getting good flank on these Tomb Guards. The Sphinx is doing a good job on the mortars. Over here, we got this. Oh, Pendulum. We got a Pendulum, and that's everything's there. Oh, it's straight down the middle of the 2 units. That was fantastic. My God, the Tomb King's Guard actually missed it. But the Skin Wolves have joined in with the Mortars, who unfortunately have ran away. But we've got Skin Wolves and the Familiar Great Weapons smashing this front. Of the Ushabti seem to be pulling back from this fight. Not sure why. There goes the Sphinx being chased by Frog. This is just ridiculous, this battle. I'm loving it. It's just all of the big stuff fighting each other. And the infantry is just, oh, we do have some wolves there. We do, yeah, I think that's the dire packers. Oh, the beast, sorry. Norse got Warhounds. Mortar Berserkers getting in the back line. The archers seem to have got themselves mixed up. The Sphinx is going down so quickly, though. He's only got, well, I say quickly, he's got there some 3,000 health. So, you know, see how it is. There goes the regen, though. And the big creatures have all come over here. They've decided, you know what, this group isn't worth it. They're not cool enough. We'll go against the Tomb Guard. And are smashing into them. This is ridiculous. We do have some Berserkers that have actually shattered, which is rare to see. More of the Berserkers getting into the Capra Guard. So the Tomb Guard regiment for now, getting some good flank charges in. In they come. Now they've dealt with the Tomb Guard here. They're now going in here. And I think there's going to be some smashing. No, he's just going to kick him. Just kick him. Screw it. We've got wolves. We've got moving sphinxes. Why don't we have a troll that just kicks skeletons in the face? You know what? Only in Warhammer could we have such shenanigans. I love it. Second regen has popped now. And of course that is affecting the Sphinx. So he is getting his health up. I'm not feeling good about Norska right now. I mean, they're sending in piecemeal bit by bit. Is going absolutely insane, but Norska are trying to win this bit. Yeah, the regiment of Renown's going. Oh, and Feeble Info's been dropped, and they're after him. The big boys are after the Sphinx. They're determined to get him down. Is he going to kick him? Please, go up and kick a Sphinx. Or do nothing, Frog. It's fine. Don't worry about it. He doesn't know what to do with it, to be honest. But look at this. The Skin Wolves just running about, smashing these guys to bits. But now we've got the Necrotex getting in there, but they are dealing with the Famir. I'm not going to lie, guys. I don't know who's winning here. Band's power is equal. The units are scattered everywhere. You've got big units everywhere. Oh, they've pinned down the Sphinx, but he has got restored. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. How much is it? Look at his health plummet at every strike. We've got the Were-Kid, we've got Frog, we've got the Beast, we've got 2 units of Skin Wolves. All often there's one Sphinx here. And there's Cooks swing the band to power if they can take him out. The Regiment of Renown has been wiped out as well. Oh, what's going on down here? Edification, Desecration. Oh, their melee attack and defense has dropped. So they're going to take so much damage, but I don't think they care. They're just going for it. Oh, we got another Pendulum going down. And it's going to go straight to the middle of them. Oh, fantastic hit. Great hit on the Tomb Guard. But it looks like the Tomb Kings are winning this battle here. So what I fear is they're going to spend so much energy taking out the Sphinx at this point that when it actually comes down to it, they won't be able to deal with the rest. And there's the third region, which of course we now know that means Ushabti are going to be summoned. There they go. Oh no, that's a unit been wiped out. That's Regiment now, and the Sphinx is down. Look at that! Just smacked him in the face, and now they're just like, yeah, now what? What you gonna do now, boys? We send in the wolves, and in they go, smashing through what's left of the Tomb Kings. We do have Ushabti here trying to hold, and they've got the Necrotex as well, and Central on foot. But it looks like units, yeah, here comes Ushabti reinforcements, but is it gonna be enough? Badge power, and it's just turned into a complete moss pit. No one knows what's going on. We've got the Famir and Were-Skins getting in there as well. But what's going on? I don't know. We have Vikings and Berserkers against statues. We have werewolves against mummies. We have a troll against Egyptian. I don't know anymore. I just don't know what's going on. But we do have the Skin Wolves are breaking. The Berserkers are breaking. Everything's breaking. The band's power looks like it's slightly in the Tomb King's favour. But Frog is at full health, guys. I mean, watch Cetra. Cetra's on full health. No one's actually taken on the wolves yet. But here comes some more wolves in. Straight in, dealing with the Tomb Guard and that. Oh my. What's the Skin Wolf on? He's not on much. 1300 health. This is insane. The Familiar Warriors, though, have broken. Hopefully they will come back, though, because they're going to be vital. The AFSP, though, have taken so much damage, but I believe that the Necrotax can't hold him. We do have the Familiar of Shadows. He's doing Arcane Conduct, desperately trying to get that magic in there. I have no idea who's winning at this point, because Frog's at full shot. I could see this being a general battle as he glides across the floor so elegantly. What is going on? Bounce Power's gone back into the favour of Norska. Now the Skin Wolves are getting in there as well, and the Berserkers. Everything is getting absolutely mussed in there. I don't think I could talk any faster than this. This is absolutely insane. We do have the two Necrotax at one nearly at full strength. But the Skin Wolf, he is desperately trying to get the Necrotax by the look of it. Try and get rid of them. Do have some Marauders champions in there still. Somewhat how. Marauders, they've now shattered. The wet Skin Wolves are breaking. So are the Marauder Berserkers. But there's only a few Tomb Guard left. There's just some generals. I mean, what's the model count? 90 Tomb Kings versus 114 Norska. Frog is, look, and don't forget, he's got the hammer. Look at the size difference. They'll be back apparently. Oh, there's Necrotrack 45, 35. Can they take this Necrotrack out? They need to take him out. I believe he is crumbled. He is out. Then we got the second one to deal with. And we got Cetra. This is what they got to deal with. We are dealing with individual units. Balance Power has switched to Norska at this point. I don't know how the hell this has happened. But the Necrotack is now taking a real beating. Invocation of Protection has been granted on him. So guys, turn around, focus on Cetra, because there's going to be no point. We've got more werewolves coming in as well. Oh my, what is going on? Frog is doing some cycle charging. Is there literally, there is 92 Tomb Kings apparently. Where's the rest of the Tomb Kings? Oh! The Scorpion Legion! Mostly about half health. The Scorpion Legion are coming in. I thought these guys have been wiped out. I don't know where they've been then. But that could change it all in the favour of the Tomb Kings. But the Necrotack is badly hurt, and so is Cetra. Cetra's only got 16 health left. Frog, he's got Foe Seeker, he's got over 6,000 health left. He's not really taking any damage at all. Necrotack's fallen. The Scorpion Legion are all falling apart now. Cetra's fallen as well. Yeah, they're crumbling. Norska's done it. What just happened? Oh, that was fantastic. If you wanted to see wolves beat up, can be up Tomb Kings, that is the replay for it. That is insane. Oh, I loved it. Oh, you absolute legend. And that was against Setland Apache as well. Setland Apache got beaten by Laura, and there was two. Oh wow. That could have gone either way. That was just fantastic. Oh, sorry, I'm generally tearing up here. That was brilliant. Oh, what game was that again? I know I had set the there it is. That was, guys, that is. If you're gonna watch one replay tonight, that has got to be it. How am I doing regarding time? Been going for an hour and 20 minutes. It looks like. Absolutely insane there. So let's try and get some more games done. You know what? I know we've already had we'll have some Dark Elves and Greenskins. Mainly because it's the last round of Group B. So let's have a look. Oh, so we got the Hydra, some Dark Riders, the Crusaders, some Sisters of Slaughter. But we got Goblins, Nasty Skokers, Big Uns, Black Orcs, including the Crimson Killers. I remember the name this time. Lots of spiders and... Oh, look at all this ranged, guys. That's a lot of range. They are immediately spotted, though, so not great. Just looking at the chat. Don't think Frog took even 100 hits of damage, and that's how you could have probably soloed. I would agree, but what scared me was when you saw the Scorpion Legion. If Cetra could stay... stayed hidden, you know, try to get some distance, and the Scorpion Legion came in, that could have changed things wildly. So we got the Night Goblin Big Boss and nothing on him. Wazark is on his big. He's got Iviki of the Git, Warg, Foot of Gork, Fist of Gork, Brainbuster, Brainwood Staff, Bonewood Staff, the, come on, there we go, Squiggy Beast, and the Power of the Warg. And look at this wide deployment of the Greenskins, though. Very nice. And early attack as well. We do have a War Hydra, though. That would be interesting to watch. And this army is led by Malekith, who is on foot. So you can barely tell where he is. And annoyingly, it's not going to, because it's the Orc's point of view. If you go deeper, there we go. So he's got Gaze of Malice, the Soul Stealer, Blade Wind, Power of Darkness, Destroyer, Spiteful Conjuration, of course, Murderous Prowess as well. I think that's the only character they've got, really. Yes, it is. And look, immediately getting some great shots on the Sisters of Slaughter. That's fantastic. We do have Code 1 Chariot hidden in the woods there. Sorry, wrong buttons. All of the wrong buttons. But that Hydra's going to be a problem. But look how quick these wolves can run. I love the animations where look how agile they look as they go. But they are being chased away by Dark Riders. But they are taking a lot of damage from that darkness. Yeah, took a lot of damage there. Now, all this ranged units are going to focus on. And they've got their flanks turned as well. The Goblins are walking apparently. Oh, we got some Dark Riders hidden at the back here. Oh, sneaky coming in here. Can pick on the Goblin Riders where they want. I saw an ability. Oh, fire! Against the Crimson Killers. Did a nice bit of damage there. But these Goblin Archers are going to be absolutely slaughtered now by the Dark Riders. In they go. And the main combat has begun. The Orc Brigands have been run down by some Code 1 chariots. But a Warg's been deployed. And now everything's getting in there. Those Goblins did not survive long. But look at all this Orcs going on here. There's a lot of Greenskins. And they're up against the Dread Spears and some Black Ark Crusaders. Oh, look. The Moon Howlers and the Forest Spiders got in there. And the Dark Riders have been wiped out. And now they're being charged by the Biggins as well. That is not going to end well. But we do have a massive push. They've been pushed in. But is our Foot of Gork going down? It is! On the Executioners. And oh, look at the damage that's caused. Oh, that is not good. That is not good at all. But I don't know if there's a front line anymore. Because there's so many ranged units as well for the Greenskins that even though the Dark Elves have broken through, they just fall back. They just fall back. And look, we do have the Moon Howlers getting out of there and the Forest Goblin Spider Riders. Well, the Orc Biggins are smashing this group down. Over here, I want to say that the Dark Elves have it because they've got the Code Ones and that. But I can't say. It's a bit of a mess here. Over here, it looks like the Greenskins are slowly overwhelming and breaking everything here. The War Hydra is always left, and Malekith as well. But this is all ranged. We do have Soul Stealer being dropped on Wazark and the Mangin Marauders. But he's turned around, so now they can just shoot him in the back. And all these units are getting into Malekith, including the Goblin Big Boss. Over here, it looks like the Dread Spears and the Goblins are equal. Dread Spears, Goblins, you know what, I'm not going to question it. Over here, though, it looks like, it looks like the Greenskins are winning this hill. They do have the Code 1 Knights trying to hold, but they have rampaged at this point. So everything's just mushing in, and you do have the Biggins in there as well with that anti-large. And over here, look at all this ranged firepower going into the Hydra, and the Hydra's just going, you know what, bugger it, I'm done. Half health, he's starting to wave, and the Nasty Skulk's getting in there as well. Wazark is a bit close for comfort, but he can easily outrun both of these. There you go, he has broken. How much health has he got left? 2,000 and dropping rapidly. Balance power is in the Greenskins' favour just, but a lot of their groups are being wiped out. Look, the Hydra has been chased down. He's now shattered. But I think the Goblin Big Boss just wants to be sure. Just wants to be sure. He's got 30 odd health left. There he goes. He's down and Malekith's at half health. And the balance power hugely swung into the Greenskins' favour then. As you can see, the Sisters of Slaughter trying to hold. The Code Ones have been wiped out pretty much. And you've got all these Orcs just throwing themselves in. Some Dread Spears, but there's only 20 of them. The Chariots have come back in as well to try and deal with the Forest Goblin Riders. But they have got the Fist of Gork dropped on them. So as you can see, the Chariots have been absolutely decimated here. Boom, gone. Wazark finished them off. The Archers as well, the Rusty Arrows. Malekith has been completely surrounded and is taking a real beating at this point. The Dreadspear's trying to get in there, but I can't see him doing much. Over here, the most equal fight you'll ever see, apparently. Goblins versus Dread Spears. And it could go either way. That's kind of embarrassing on the Dread Spears, I'm not going to lie. Sisters Slaughter chasing down some archers. The Executioners are shattered, and the Magmords are chasing down. There you go, yeah. So is Malekith, and that's it. The Greenskins have won this and beaten the Dark Elves out of there. Very comfortable there. That was, I mean, what I loved was all this mobility and ranged. Because what that meant was, the Dark Elves, even though they broke through a line, the Greenskins just reformed. They just fell back a bit. It was like, okay, have that ground, we'll just surround you. And they picked at the right targets, and absolutely fantastic gameplay by the Greenskins there against the Dark Elves. Well played. I mean, the Dark Elves did great, but they went for the whole classic trick of being pushing in the centre of your heavies, and then the centre gives way, and you keep moving in. And then those heavy infantry and the characters, as you saw the Hydra and Malekith, got surrounded and cut off from the rest of the army. So they couldn't hold, which is very unfortunate there. But a fantastic game. So that is Group B's games done, guys. And Group A. Hey, sorry, we might as well do it. It's the Empire versus Clan Agron again. But we haven't had the Empire against them. So you got 4 swordsmen, 4 handgunners, great swords, some Empire Knights, some probably Outriders with grenades. We also have a steam tank, 2 witch hunters, which look like twins, and what's his name? Balthasar Gelt, there we go. Haven't seen him in ages. Against the dwarfs, who have got gyrocopters. They've got the grudge thrower on the flank here. We've got some rangers hidden in the woods. Front line of dwarf warriors, backed up by iron breakers and longbeards. And then we've got some quarters as well. We have Runesmith, which have all the runes and Fortifier. We also have Batagor Ironhammer, which looks like he's got the same set as always. Revenge Incarnate, Mighty Oathstone, the Rally, and Hammer of Ungren. What's going on over here? What's this? Outriders of Grenade Launderers, ladies and gentlemen, and hidden in a place where they won't be seen. And we also have a unit over here, probably scouting for any rangers. Yeah, the Empire Knights got themselves positioned onto the hill. Look at this. Look, the handgunners are hugely in front of the witch elves in between. Witch elves, witch hunters, and the swordsmen are just standing behind. But on the hill, this is where the main unit is. Great swords hidden in the woods. The Empire Knights hidden in the woods, and the steam tank, which is obscured at the moment. I like this setup. It's very unique for the Empire. We do have Balthasar Gelt, who has got Staff of Volans, Arcane Conduct, Final Transportation, Plague of Rust, and Searing Doom, Encourage, and of course he's on his Mighty Pegasus. It doesn't help that my phone's just going on locked screen, so I can't see what anyone is saying. They're playing Napoleon Total War. You're telling me? I love it. I mean, I don't remember Napoleon having helicopters, but you know what? We'll work with it. But this is fantastic. Look, he's going to scout this, isn't he? No, he's just going for the steam tanks. I don't think he can see them. And not only that, he's standing there. And, oh, fantastic hit by the grudge thrower there. But they're just standing there, and then the handgunners get some free shots into them. In comes the Empire Knights, though. And the witch hunters have moved forward. I think they're accusing the dwarves of something. Maybe, like, yeah, they're accusing them of something. I think it was, like, taking their sandwiches from the fridge or something like that. The Empire Knight, outright, they're going for the grudge throws. You know it. They're going straight for them. The Quarries now get into position. The Empire Knights get into good flanking positions. And look at this switch, guys. The handgunners are now moving back, but the swordsmen move forward. Not sure if they should move that far forward, because now the Great Sword's going to have problems getting through. We do have the steam tank, but I think he's partly obscured by the hill. He needs to move up to the top of the hill if he can. Handgunners, don't go too far. We want you, but look at the damage these have taken already. Balthasar Gelt just kind of flying above like, yeah, you remember how you don't have any flyers? And, the Empire Knights found the Rangers and charged straight in. The Outriders have charged into the grudge thrower and dealing with the Alpha. But, the Rangers are and the Quarries are focusing the Empire Knights, and that attack has been pushed. But the grudge thrower is being shot down. The Empire Knights charging into the Alpha, and the swordsmen have got behind. How did the swordsmen get behind? Yeah, we've got some runes being dropped on everywhere. But there is a lot going on here. These look at these in comes the steam tank. It's right into the side there. Doing a huge amount of damage on those iron drakes. And the swordsmen have got in behind. But I don't think it's got to mean much. The swordsmen at the front can't help it. Look at these handgunners getting into the flank. Now the great swords are moving into position. And yeah, and Berserker has landed. There we go. The Outriders have routed, but they have routed the Grudge Fire. And in comes the Empire Knights over here as well. But they are leaving the Rangers alone. Swordsmen getting in there. And look, these guys have done a fantastic job. Getting into the back line. The Empire Knights are destroying the Quarrelers. Wiping them out. Yeah, there we go. Berserker getting back into the air where he's needed. But yeah, the front line of the Dwarves. I mean, you've got this core line here, as you can see. Uh-oh. Guys, the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass have got behind the handgunners. No, the handgunners. Guys, you've got to get into the... Oh, no, that was a bit of a waste there. That is a shame, but they'll keep them busy for the while. And look, the handgunners now moving into flanking positions. The Great Swords are actually moving up against the Rangers, supported by the Empire Knights, so they're going to finish them off. Over here, the Swordsmen and the Steam Tankers destroyed them. The Runesmiths tried to rally, but the Empire Knights are just wiping them out. In comes the grenade launchers. Once again, we knew they would come back. And the handgunners, look at this. Beautiful volleys here and here. We do have Buttergut Ironhammer trying to take on the handgunners, but they're actually ignoring him and focusing only on firing, which is great. These guys have now fallen back from the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. And getting some beautiful flank shots here. If we go like this, you can see that the red is all the back here, so they're going to get some rear shots. If we have a look at the tactical map, I don't use it often, but look, this the support here is being absolutely shut down by the Empire. And over here, the main line is being absolutely overwhelmed. The Empire are dominating the map from this angle. Fantastic use there. But in comes the Empire Knights once more, chasing them down. Any of the try and rally. We've got the Runesmith trying to get back in their way. His buff should be. But boom, final transformation have been dropped on the main core of this front line. We do have the Ironbreakers who aren't breaking, but now they're in the middle. Look at the amount of shots they're taking. They don't care that the swordsmen trying to deal with them. But look, they just all they can do is put some shields up, throw the old Sase charge, but they are being absolutely swarmed there by bullets. Uh-oh, in comes the Empire. Now they've dealt with this. They've shattered the Quarrelers. The Steam Tank's barely taken any damage. Go over here. Berserker is going from line to line, dealing with what he can. Unfortunately here, Ironhammer will win. But it doesn't matter. These two can just keep him busy. And yeah, the Ironbreakers have broken, funny enough. We got a Runesmith that is just chasing after a Witch Hunter who is jogging. He is just jogging away. Nice and so. Look at these handgunners. How have these handgunners moved in such fantastic position? Shearing Doom has just been dropped in the main group. There's some long bits coming in, but it looks like the Bounce Power is in the Empire's fire. And there we go. Everything is shattered. And that is it for the Empire. Fantastic game there. That was fantastic. Dwarves beaten to the ground there. So yeah, the Dwarves try to charge up the centre, which is what you expect in a normal battle. But I loved the Empire, their front line of handgunners, and then when the enemy came, they just calmly walked back. The swordsmen moved up. And then what I absolutely loved, the handgunners, a couple of them went... Once the Empire pretty much dominated the flanks of the Knights and the Outriders, they sent handgunners around the flanks to get those flanking shots. And I don't think the Dwarves ever really truly noticed it, to be honest. I mean, look, Berserker got 115 kills, and the Steam Tank, beautiful use, yeah. Got it in the main line, then got it out. Went with some harassment, then went back in the line. So it was never bogged down, which is a big hit problem with Steam Tanks and big units like that. People send them in thinking they'll be fine. Then they get bogged down and wiped out, and that's so much gold used. Well, the Steam Tank was used brilliantly, and it was used as an artillery piece as well for the first bit of the match. And no Slayers again. Absolutely no Slayers, which would have done against him, these, and the fact they'd be unbreakable. But never mind. There we go. So that is a win for the Empire against the Dwarfs there. So we can now delete that game. What else have we got, guys? Because I'm thinking of having a break shortly and then maybe doing another live stream later this evening. Because as I said, I need to get all these done. So, you know what? Tectonic Order, you've been on the whole live stream and I really appreciate the chatting and the comments and the feedback. Who would you like to see? As in race-wise. Is there a matchup you'd like to see? And I'll see if I can find it. I know there's no Chaos and there's no Skaven matches left. So I'll give you a minute to decide that. And what I'll do is I'll have a bit of a break after this. Wood Elves versus... Would you like Wood Elves versus Lizardmen? Do you want me to see if I can find any of that? Let's see if I can. Wood Elves and Dwarfs. Wood Elves and Beastmen. Let's have a... I wonder if we do have Wood Elves versus Lizardmen. There we go! Wood Elves versus Lizardmen. Let's get going. So we got 3 Source Warriors of Shields, Source Warriors of Spears, some Skinks, Chameleons. Oh, 2 Solo Engines and 2 Horned Ones against a Great Lord, some of the Spearmen, the War Dancers. Oh, we got the Deer ones as well. Hawk Riders, Branch Wraith. The Branch Wraith. This should be interesting. There's a lot of mobility here, but there's a lot of shootiness here. This will be the last one for this live stream, but I suspect I'll be doing another one later this evening, purely because of how many battles we got. So yeah, Wild Riders there. We have a Grey Lord on a dragon. Of course we do. So he's got the Prey of Anaphram, Arrow of Kernus, the Sulphuric Breath, Eye of Coronus. Oh, and Firewall's moving. Well, he's on a dragon, I kind of get that. Oh dear, I think I've got hiccups. Do have the Branch Wraith, Shield of Thorns, Mystifying Merisma, Earth Blood, Call of the Woods, and Smoke and Mirrors. On this side, I don't know if they've got actually... Oh, they've deployed quite an interesting setup, actually. We do have a Crocscar. Oh, but Crocscar's on foot. You don't see that often. But he does have the Hands of the God, Shrifters of Eater, Sacred Spawning, and the Cold-Blooded. And behind him, also on foot, is the Skink Priest of Beasts, which has got Cube of Darkness. So every Rubik's Cube I've ever had to deal with. Transformation Cardon, so Manticores, Curse of Anorair, Pan's Impenetrable Pelt, and Flock of Doom, as well as Wild Heart. And these solo engines, this is going to be interesting. Look, you've got all... Oh, too far camera, over here, back here. There you go. So you've got the cavalry that's protecting the Chameleon Skinks. And these are Code 1 Spear Riders. So they can counter the Wild Riders. I did not realise that Wild Riders were frenzy. Did anyone else know that? Was that just... Nope. But that's a fantastic... This is what the Lizardmen have done. They've used the Chameleon Skinks and then look, they've lured them in and immediately getting a great charge on them and dealing with those Wild Riders. Do they have poison attacks? They do, so that will be slowing the Wild... Yeah, and the cavalry have just got in there and are doing a huge amount of damage. But we do have these Hawk Riders. They could be a problem. Real problem. So guys, don't forget to comment if you haven't already. Do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, if you want more content like this. I think this is the biggest tournament they've ever had on YouTube. 48 contestants. Literally, the group stage alone is 120 games, which we will try and finish probably tonight. If not, maybe do another live stream tonight and another one tomorrow. Maybe even during the day, try and get it done. Because obviously, if the new DLC coming out, yeah, these replays won't work anymore. So, moving up, we do have, look, the Wild Riders trying to be sneaky, but the Soul Engine has just smashed into them. Oh, we got the net been dropped on the Chameleon Skins, but is there anything here to take advantage of that? I can't see anything, so they're just going to carry on shooting and do a lot of damage there. Do have some more support coming in, the Way Watchers on the flank, but the Solo Engines having a great time here, smashing these Wild Riders to bits. I love the way they're using the water to kind of cover their backs in that. But yeah, the Chameleon Skinks are now falling back to the main line, but they've done a fantastic job there. Done a lot, in fact, rewind, 68 kills. No, that's units. Never mind, I was looking at the wrong thing. That's more believable. They haven't actually got any kills yet. But yeah, look, these guys are pretty much breaking. Before they even get into combat, the Cold Ones are now getting in there. And the Chameleon Skinks and the Solar Engines, I would really focus the Solar Engines on the front now, which is exactly what they're doing. Should get some nice shots there, but the heel could be providing them cover. But look, because they've hit on one flank, the Lizardmen can now just come around and surround them. What's the band's numbers? They have slightly more numbers, but these chameleon skinks, I don't think it's a great idea sending in these Hawk Riders against them. Because they can do so much more damage. What was that? I don't know, but here we go. Code 1 Spear Riders charging in, wiping out the Wild Riders, and they're coming in and wiping them out as well. The main lane has engaged, so I'm not sure where they're going. I think, yeah, Fair Manticore is being summoned, but there is a beautiful breath attack there. Don't they have a load of missile resistance? Let's find out. Missile resistance 40%. So 40% of these shots are doing nothing. And there go 1 unit done, but the chameleons are going, and the code ones have, oh dear, they are focusing on that 1 unit, but there's 2 more left, and they are absolutely smashing them to bits. And remember, these are Source Warriors as well, so they'll probably do a good job at least holding them. But I personally think the best of the Dons should be moving around the flank. Why is the Source War? Skink Cohort, get in there. Oh, Fair Manticore. Oh, been netted. Fantastic pick up there by the Wood Elves. Ah, that's why. They're sniping the Glade Lord. I like it. But we got some Code 1 Riders to start here, getting back in the action. Wild Riders have been shut down. The Chameleon Skinks are pretty much shutting them down. Looks like there was a Flock of Doom drop there on the Wood Elves. War Dancers are breaking through there. So the elite Wood Elves are breaking through, but the Spearmen are being broken themselves. And remember, they've got Crocsgar here on foot. He would be devastating. And he's taking quite a bit of damage. I think there's got to be another breath attack coming in there. Yes, there is. Oh, look at that hit. So much damage. But the Skinks are chasing the Ray Watchers. The Chameleon Skinks are actually slowly being beaten. There goes the Forest Dragon, though. He's had enough. The Glade Lord's getting in there. I think he's hoping as well they can hide. But we've got the Fair Manticore coming in. The Way Watchers catching them so the Skinks can catch up with them. The Eternal Guard are trying to hold. But yeah, it looks like they are trying to just finish them off and make them shatter. Over here, the Hawk Riders are doing a good damage. They're doing good. They're chasing off the weakened units. But in they come. The Spear Riders. The Dragon just manages to take off in time. But the Chameleon Skinks are very low at this point. Badge power is mostly in the Lizardmen favour. I mean, don't forget, they do have 2 of these Best of the Dons here. And, of course, the Skinks are on them. And now they're firing and probably going to scare them off. Over here, the Fair Manticore is really going for them. And the Skinks have got the Way Watchers. Doing a great job wiping them out. I think the main line here... Well, I say that. I think the Wood Elves have recovered. They seem to have recovered. The bounce power is still in the Lizardmen's favour. The Skink is like, protect me, Best of the Dons, protect me. As the War Dancers of the Spears are coming in after him. But look, shattered. They're breaking just because these guys call Fear and Terror. And there we go. The Wood Elves are just broken. Because of all of the big monsters that are left for the Lizardmen. What a great way to finish this live stream. Lizardmen smashing hippie Wood Elves in the face. Fantastic. So guys, there we go. I mean, the Wood Elves, I've got to admit, the Wood Elves, those breath attacks, spot on. I mean, 121 kills. The War Dancers and that, when they got into the centre, they won the centre game. Where I think they were wasted was the Wild Riders were wasted. They didn't do much. The Forest Dragon, though the breath attacks were brilliant, the Terror wasn't used too much. The Hawk Riders... no, actually, the Hawk Riders, they went against Chameleon Skinks, which luckily someone in the chat was kind enough to point out. They had a 40% resistance against range. So, nearly half the shots did nothing. Literally nothing. Which is really, really unfortunate. But, yeah, so if they focused their fire anywhere else, they would have done 40% more damage. If they, folks, say, got behind the Source Warriors and shot them in the back... brilliant. You know, and it might have even made the solar engines decide to shoot them. And the Chameleon Skinks, they were shooting at them the whole time anyway, so it would have taken just as long. So I think the Hawk Riders should have got behind, used the mobility, because the Lizardmen had no flying, apart from that Manticore they summoned. If they got behind, shot the Source Warriors in the back, where the War Dancers stabbed them at the front, it was, yeah... that could have been a completely different story, because then the War Dancers would have broken through, and then the War Dancers could have dealt with the Chameleon Skinks. You could even send the Hawk Riders to dive on the Chameleon Skinks, pin them in place, use the net, and then the War Dancers could have just wiped them out. At which point, what have the Lizardmen got? They've got the big guy and some big, the best of the Dons and the Code 1 Spearmen. That could have been a problem, but still, could have just outmaneuvered them. But there we go, guys. That would be the end of this live stream. I will probably be doing another one later tonight. What's the time now? It's coming up 8 o'clock. So I might give it an hour and then do another one. Even if it's just like another hour's worth. Just to try and get as many of these replays done as quickly as possible. Because once that DLC comes out, I can't watch these replays. And I want to get as many as I can done, and we're getting there. So thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to see you for the next one, which could be rather soon. Till then, guys, take care.